Hey guys, welcome or welcome back. My name's Mike. Hope you're doing great and having a wonderful day. So I've been kind of toying with this for a while if I should make this video or not. I see a bunch of other booktubers making that, reads of 2026, what you want to read. Now normally in the past I have never really structured my reading, but this year or next year, 2026, I'm going to try it. I've got I don't know how many books. I've got a few piles here of books, so I don't know. And I'll probably change this up and stuff, but gives me a good excuse to get all these books off the shelf and mess with them. So I'm just gonna do the video, and is what it is. Before we do that though, James, I just want to show you I finally got a copy of Actual Air by David Berman. I did start reading Self-Portrait 28 last night. I didn't get very far because, life's busy, but I wanted to kind of show off the cover of this to you guys. I had never heard of this until speaking with James. I never heard of this author. It's got some really neat artwork in it. He passed away. It's 2016 or 2019, I think it was 2019. But you'll think this is funny, James, or you'll think I'm an idiot. But so when I first found James's channel, and he's only got like 4 or 5 videos out, you should check him out. Seriously, he's doing great, doing a good job. The name of his channel is Synecdoche Book Club. I had never heard of that word in my life. Synecdoche. I had to look it up online. I didn't even know how to pronounce it. But I don't know. That's just a random little something here. So I'm just going to go through these books real quick, like I said. And so these shelves over here that are empty, that's where all these books are. That's where they sit. And I'm sure throughout the year I'll switch them up a little bit and, decide maybe to read something different on a few of these, throw them back on my shelves, grab something else. But for now, this is my 2026 reads. It's a good mix of stuff too, so I hope you can get a few good recommendations out of these books. If you haven't read them, or if you have read them, let me know in the description if you liked them, if they were good, if they were bad. The first one is Endurance by Alfred Lansing. Next one is a thriller, Fiona Barton, called The Widow. Another thriller suspense, The Girl from Widow Hills, Megan Miranda. I don't have these in any order necessarily. I've got the classics bunched together, but everything else it's just kind of sporadic. Written in Blood by Leighton Green. Time Shelter by Georgie, I'm going to butcher this last name, Gospodinov. I know that probably wasn't right, but next one, Dennis Lehane, Since We Fail. Now, this is the author that wrote Shutter Island, which I have not read. I had a hardback edition of Shutter Island, had it, but I don't anymore. But there's that. This one's a science fiction, and I've not really read a lot of science fiction. This is a 1976 called Sand World by Richard Lupoff, and it's short. It's not very long. It's stranded on a strange planet with a race of alien vampires. I just thought it sounded kind of neat, a little one-off book. Next one I've got is The Secret Titanic by James Becker. I really like stories that revolve around the sea for some reason. I really enjoy those older books. Moby Dick, except for Moby Dick, I didn't really love that book, but I just like stories that revolve around that. I've read a few books this year and last year that kind of centered around the sea and ships and things like that. And I don't know, I just find those nice and kind of cozy reads. This is An Honest Lie by Taryn Fisher. This is another one. This is about the sea. It's called The Lion at Sea by Max Hennessy. And I want to say this is a trilogy. This is the first one in the trilogy. So this one and this one I found together at a store where I live. And I didn't know anything about them. I just reading the back of the book, you know. The next one is The Tattooist of Auschwitz, Heather Morris. This, I believe, is a pretty popular, well-known book. I think it's, they made either a movie, I'm assuming a movie, on Peacock out of this book. But, oh no, it's a limited TV series, so probably like 3 or 6 or something like that episodes. The next one I have is The Revenant by Michael Punke. I'm not sure how to pronounce that either. Next one I got is Gravity's Rainbow. This is going to be a long read. This is a pretty hefty book. I mentioned before I've never read any of Pynchon, so I don't know if this is the best place to start with Pynchon, or if there's something different of Pynchon's that, you know, if you have a suggestion that I should start with first, just to kind of dip my toes into it. I don't know, you know, so let me know. Next one is The Fault in Our Stars by John Green. The Shadow of the Wind by Carlos Ruiz Zafón. This I've seen the movie on. The movie is really good. It's called A Beautiful Mind by Sylvia Nassar. I've showed this book before, and this is the movie cover. But these other 3, these are graphic novels. I've showed the first 2 in another video, but this is it's called the Amulet series. This is book number 3. It's called The Cloud Searchers. And then I've got book number 4, and it's called The Last Council. And like I said before, I've just gotten into graphic novels this year, 2025, and they're just fun. Nice little read. This other one, everybody probably in the world knows this, Mouse by Art Spiegelman. What I didn't know is there's 2. This is part 1, and there's the second one. I didn't know there was 2. All right, let's go to this little pile. These next 2 I'm going to do buddy reads with Chris sometime in 2026 throughout the year, sporadic. Number 2 and number 3 in the Coco series. This one's called The Throat by Peter Straub. And this one's Mystery. I don't remember which is number 2, which is number 3. I forgot, but that's those. And then also number 3 and number 4 in the Hannibal series. This is number 3, Hannibal, and then number 4, Hannibal Rising. This has been really good. I read the first 2. It's a really, really good story. Let me do this here, and we'll do these. So these next few I have are rereads for me. I've never reread a book ever in my life, but I haven't been a serious reader really, except for like the past maybe 10 years, where it's consistent every year. So, I mean, 10 years is a long time, but it's not compared to some other booktubers that I've watched. You know, they've been reading 20 years, or they've been reading since they were kids, you know. So, but the first one's Crime and Punishment. The next one, Count of Monte Cristo, which I've said this is my favorite book of 2025 by far, above every other book that I read. Catcher in the Rye by J.D. Salinger. Lord of the Flies by William Golding. Both of these I read over 10 years ago. I still remember the story a little bit, but I just want to reread them. 1984 by George Orwell. I've got Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. Now, I did see that they just made a new movie on this, and I've watched a couple other booktubers. They did a review kind of over the movie versus the book. I do want to watch that movie. I haven't watched it yet, but I don't watch a lot of TV, you know, so, and it's just kind of when I get a chance to. Last one is 13 Reasons Why. This is really good. I'm going to reread this one, but I really enjoyed this. It's sad, and the content's a little, I don't know what you would call it, trigger warning or something, so probably not for young kids or even, I think this is like for young adult stuff, but it's pretty intense. So anyways, these last two little piles, these are all classics that I want to read. And I know this is a lot of books, and this might be over ambitious on my part, but I'm going to do my best to read all these this year. First one I have is Ernest Hemingway, For Whom the Bell Tolls. And I'm sure everyone knows all of his classics, but 41 Stories by O. Henry. Anna Karenina by Leo Tolstoy. And like I said in the beginning, some of this might be subject to change, but as of right now, Dracula by Bram Stoker. I started this years ago, and I don't remember. Well, I got that far in. I'm going to restart it from the beginning, but I just, at the time, I don't think I was in the right headspace, or maybe I wasn't, I don't know, mature enough, you know, to read it. I'm not sure, because it was pretty dry to me, and it was kind of boring, so I put it down, but I'm going to give that another shot. The Sound and the Fury by William Faulkner. Journey to the Center of the Earth by Jules Verne. 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, also by Jules Verne. The Bell Jar by Sylvia Plath. Master and Margarita by Mikhail Bulgakov. I pronounced that wrong, sorry. And then one more little stack. This is a great short works of Fyodor Dostoevsky. I'm assuming all his short works, I don't know, his short stories, I'm not really for sure. The next three are all Charles Dickens. I've never read anything by Charles Dickens except for Christmas Carol, which I read this year. I got The Tale of Two Cities. I've got Great Expectations. And then I've got the Pickwick Papers. And then one more. I don't remember how to pronounce this, so I'm just going to show you the title. This is Thomas Hardy. Tests of the, I don't know. I'm not even going to try because I will not get it right. But so that's all my tentative 2026 reads. Like I said, I wasn't probably going to do this video, but why not? You know, I get to play with my books and mess around with them. So but that's all, guys. I'm probably going to post this after Christmas, so I hope you guys had a great Christmas with family and friends, and a Happy New Year. And thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.